Good rising and great awakenings. Welcome to this new moon episode of HeruScopes. My name is Tchiya Amet and tonight we're going to be discussing the 7 days of desire, also known as sidereal Scorpio. And here at HeruScopes, we know this as the 7 days of Ip. The zodiac sign of Ip, or sidereal Scorpio, is only 1 week long. The new moon in Ip is only a few hours long. Today from approximately 2 a.m. Pacific Time until 10:05 a.m. Pacific Time, with the moment of the new moon being at 4:19 a.m. Pacific Time. This is a window of opportunity to make our desires, intentions, hopes, and wishes known to the goddess, to the divine. Dua Sesheta Ip, new moon in sidereal Scorpio. Building a strong personality and character by purifying our desires, a readjustment, the realignment of our intentions, only of acting upon our highest and purest desires, those that are in alignment with our purpose, with our higher self. Remember, desire is love plus hate. Love means moving towards what we like, and hate means, of course, moving away from what we do not like. Unconditional love means loving without liking or disliking. It is beyond desire. It is important that we not allow our ego's desires to rule us. Our ego wants us to be safe, to play small, to avoid risks or anything that might lead to danger, anything that might lead to a change of the status quo. The negative aspects of the ego can also be selfish, greedy, dishonest, etc., also known as the fetters of Set. We must only act on our pure desires, not our fears or our lower nature. Take action from a place of integrity, authenticity, courage, and not from our fears. The moon is about the personality and our emotions. It is about creating a strong character. Dua Sesheta. Now is the time to let go of fears and open up to what is in our hearts. Whatever we are focused on during this brief opening is what will manifest. If it is fear, our fear will manifest. If it is our vision for peaceful victory and resolution as standing rock, so shall it be. Remain on the beauty path of Het seeing the beauty in all things, in all experiences, and live with the balance of Ma'at. Remember, there is a gift in every adversity. The sun moved into Ip, or Ra-Ip, on November 23rd, and remains in Ip during the new moon, then moves into Imhotep, or sidereal Ophiuchus, at around 4 p.m. on November 29th, that is Pacific Time. And now for a report on what the other planets and cosmic forces are up to. Well, we already discussed Sesheta and Ra are in the sign of Ip. In addition to focusing on purifying desires and our highest intentions, we have a few more days to create or manifest our desires, Dua Ra-Ip, or at least setting up the right environment for the manifestation. Remember, even though we normally feel the effects of a new moon for an entire month or an entire lunar cycle, during Ip, it only lasts about 7 days. Ra moves into Imhotep around 4 p.m. on November 29th. And it moved into this sign on November 23rd. So it's been in Ip for about 6 days. Dua Hetaru Dua Asar Pimade, Venus and Pluto in sidereal Sagittarius, signifies a time for wisdom, transformation, expansion, travel, regeneration, rejuvenation, and seeing the beauty in all of this. I used to feel overwhelmed a lot, and now I see it as a period of expansion. This can also seem chaotic, that you are not in control. But just keep in mind that your life is expanding, your consciousness is expanding, and that you are in a moment of intense change. As you ascend, and as more of the illusion fades away, it can feel like you are in free fall. Just remember that you are a light being, that your existence is beyond what you see in the material realm, and that is a beautiful journey. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how things may appear, your life is in the hand of the goddess and is in divine right order. In fact, the journey is the destination. Dua Set in Hupaneus, or Mars in Sidereal Capricorn. Climbing that mountain, swimming upstream, reaching our goals with one pointed focus and determination. Our ego has been purified and tamed, and now sits at the front of the boat, directing our journey with guidance and protection. I also connect with the cosmic force of Muruga from the Hindu tradition, who symbolizes our ability to manifest with our first eye and pineal gland. Visualize the veil or the spear projecting from our first eye, either destroying obstacles and illusions or as the projection of our visions into reality and manifestation. Dua Jehuti, Dua Refan, Dua Imhotep. Mercury, Saturn in Sidereal Ophiuchus. Saturn leaves Sidereal Ophiuchus in February 2017. Until then, we will continue to break boundaries in healing. This also is related to the crazy economy and events like Standing Rock. Jehuti in Imhotep signifies a time for wisdom and communications about natural health and alternative healing. Combined with the energy of Refan, which deals with obstacles, boundaries, limitations, etc., now is the time for clearing or healing the throat chakra issues, in particular, eliminating anything that blocks us or limits our ability to communicate effectively. I can even see how this will enhance the situation at Standing Rock, because being able to speak is one thing, being heard is another. Let us all have the intention that the people at Standing Rock will be heard, and that this communication will improve the healing of the planet and will protect the water and the water protectors. Let us have the intention that this resolution will be peaceful and non-violent. Mercury also deals with mobility, movement, motion, energy in motion. May all of our travels bring about healing and elimination of blocks and obstacles. And may the Standing Rock movement bring about healing and the elimination of the Dakota Pipeline. Picayus finally moved into Aspolia. This is the moment for planting seeds of intention for travel, expansion, and education, for increasing our wisdom, planting seeds to increase connecting with the witnessing consciousness, the Amun consciousness, learning how to control our emotions, learning how to rule and govern the energy in motion. Chiron, the wounded healer, is still residing in Pikotsahu. And that signifies this is a wonderful time for us to do our self-healing and self-care, dealing with our emotions and maybe even past life experiences. Dua Aset Pikotsahu, or this is one of the asteroids known as Ceres. And so we're dealing with the divine mother of emotions. Wow. It's important for us to watch out for some of the quote-unquote negative aspects of the Divine Mother, the extremes, grief, problems at work, eating disorders, custody issues, and kidnapping. She may influence low self-esteem, fear of abundance, feelings of abandonment or unworthiness, over-attachment, possessiveness, parent-child complexes, and even barrenness. Ma'at ku ku, balance in sharing the teachings, letting them flow, but not trying to hold wisdom in your hand. Sharing knowledge, but holding no attachment to the outcome or having no expectations. Do not take it personally if people hear you, yet do not listen. My mother-in-law used to talk to me about this. My zealousness in telling people about vegan and demanding they stop eating meat, oh my goodness. She would tell me to keep sharing the information, but not get angry when they would not change their ways. Thanks, Rosa. A humanitarian that stands for justice. Being in the flow. Juno Imhotep. This is the asteroid that deals with relationships. And so since Juno is in Imhotep, we're talking about relationships that can bring about healing. Commitment to health and wellness. To the hearth, to the home. And then Vesta is the asteroid or the goddess that deals with the hearth and the home. She is pure potential and essence. Vesta is in the sign of Kepra, which is the sign for transformation. Kepra is sidereal Cancer, is responsible for the new day, bringing positive change and growth into the home and the family, bringing order and clarity. And now for the Olmec reading. The galactic tone is 13 for ascension. 13 assists us to go to the next higher step, propels us to try something new or to try again. 13 energy takes us over the next mountain just to see what is there. 13 carries the last success to the newest effort. And the Olmec sun sign of storm or Kauk. Day of the blessing of rain, giver of all life and lightning, a gift of nitrogen to Mother Earth and ozone to Father Sky. Also associated with the moon and the cycles of the moon, which are the meter of the feminine aspect of creation. The essence of storm is the feeling of unity, security, and warmth experienced in the home while the tempest of trouble rages in the world outside. Perpetuality, youthful storms exist to experience the ecstasy of freedom. They have the great capacity to both learn and teach. Their constant quest for novel experiences often leads to difficult tests and storms of emotion. Looking at these difficulties for the lessons they indeed are will enrich their lives rather than destroy. This is a good day to count your lessons as blessings and your enemies as angels. Overall, I would say this new moon, although short, carries great power, much like the mustard seed. Purify your desires, give your attention only to the highest intentions. Place your focus on travel and expansion that brings about positive changes and healing in our relationships and our families, especially improving our relationship with the earth. Keep watchful eye on your emotions, lest they steer you in a direction that is not in your best interest. Remember the balance that you gained and experienced during the month of Ma'at. Use your first eye as a tool for projecting your vision into manifestation and reality. Continue to break all boundaries and limitations in expressing and achieving natural health and abundance. And continue standing with Standing Rock. Hatep.